Good afternoon, everyone. My name is George Latimer, Westchester County Executive. Don't let that fool you. The great-grandfather was Donato Mainero from Benevento. You can pretty much tell this is not an Irishman's complexion. But we're here today with members of the Westchester County government family and members of the Italian-American community to celebrate Italian Heritage Month here in Westchester County at the beautiful Kensico Dam Plaza in front of this magnificent dam that was the handiwork of many Italian immigrants that came to this country many, many years ago. Their work is in front of us, lasting the test of time, as are all of us who are here today for this great celebration. As we're here to celebrate Italian American Month, we will be raising the Italian flag in a few minutes, but there are a number of people that I want to share a few thoughts with us from some of the different organizations. We have with us a number of elected officials and major appointed officials. I will introduce some of them as I go along. Some of them I'm going to ask to speak, but we're very proud in this county of having the multi-mosaic that makes up both America and Westchester County. I've often talked about my being of Italian and Irish descent. I actually got one grandparent back there is German, too. We don't mention him too much. But the Italians and the Irish, obviously, we're very proud of. But we're proud of all of our ethnicities here in America because this is a stronger country because there are Italian immigrants that came here and because there are Irish and Asian and all across this globe from every part of this world. We've all come to America in the land of freedom to, by the sweat of our brow, advance and advance as one people, even celebrating our ethnic background and our differences as well as the things that brought us together. So first, I'm going to ask Vincent Sottile, on behalf of the Westchester Coalition of Italian-American Organizations, to greet us and share his thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. It's good to see you.
Good afternoon. I'd like to thank County Executive Latimer for making this gathering possible. I am representing Professor Carlos Glafani, who is in Florida, recuperating. But anyway, we are involved with the Coalition of Italian-American Organizations, and we're very active in Westchester. Unfortunately, with COVID, we have subdued some of the activities. But we usually honor teachers of Italian as well as students of Italian in the past, and we've always had wonderful opportunities thanks to Professoressa Lucrezia Lindia. Anyway, I'd like, again, thanking you for coming and participating, and again, thank you to County Executive Latimer for making this all possible. Thank you, George.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Sottile, and we're appreciative of all of the different Italian-American organizations that have representation here. There's so many all across this county. I grew up in Mount Vernon where the Guardia Lombardi organization was. I've represented Mamaroneck with Vittorio Tre. We've seen Italian-American organizations of all sorts, the Mayucci Lodge in White Plains, and so many other wonderful places where people of common ethnicity join together to celebrate Italian heritage. Next, I'd like to ask Professor Lucrezia Lindia to join us here on behalf of the Italian Teachers Association. Professori. Grazie. Grazie.
Grazie a lei. My name is Lucrezia Lindia. I am the president of the National Italian Honor Society, also called Società Onoraria Italica. I am also on the board of IACE and on the board of the Italian Heritage and Cultural Committee. And actually, I'm up here to represent not only the Westchester Coalition, but also the Italian Heritage and Cultural Committee. Our theme this year, as you can see, it's Dante 700, because we are commemorating the death of Dante Alighieri, our sommo poeta and father of the Italian language. In the tri-state, we have many teachers that participated at the essay contest. It's the annual essay contest, and we received many impressive essays. The committee chose 2 winners, and it happened to be that one of the winners is from Westchester County, and his name is Sebastian Schoenfeld. He's a 12th grader now from Fox Lane High School, and the teacher is Vittoria Buzzetto. So we want to just applause him. He was not able to be here tonight because he's going to attend another event in New York City. I want to thank you, the entire committee who put this together, okay? Because this is beautiful, and let's hope that we continue to do this every year. The only thing I'm asking if you can do a little bit later so the Italian teachers can be here. This is just in a very low key, okay? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So now I want to present our poster. On behalf of Joseph Shame, our president, and the entire board.
Grazie.
Prego. The poster will be ready next week, so if in case you would like some, you just email me and I will send them to you.
Thank you very much, Professore. Next, we have Mario Cermele from the Antonio Meucci Lodge of the Order Sons of Italy. Mario, thank you for being with us here. Pleasure to see you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, thank you so much, County Executive, to all of you for being here. On behalf of the Italian American organizations, on behalf of what I hold dear to my heart, the Antonio Meucci Lodge of White Plains, New York, with a capacity and membership of over 250 families, the largest lodge in District 4. A little bit of boasting on my part, but it's okay. We want to thank you for, first of all, for the new location. I think it's wonderful. We're not going to repeat what La Professoressa said, but we share her feelings, but also that we are here, and to our back, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, is the Kensico Dam, built by our very own, by our own heritage. And I just like to stress on 2 seconds of that, of the hard work, the love, devotion, the quietness about our families, how we came, we worked, we conquered, and now we achieved. And we are successful. But we always must remember those that came before us. Because if it was not for them, we would not be where we are. We have, as Caesar said, Vini, Vidi, Vinci. I saw, I came, I conquered, and so do we. And we belong, and we deserve all the accolades of all the cultures. We respect everybody, but we want our heritage to be respected, specifically our Columbus Day festivals, our Columbus Day namesake. We want to be left, there's enough days in the calendar for those out there to be named. Everybody can have their own days. To us, Columbus is our icon. When we look at Columbus, we look at Columbus as an admiral. I challenge anybody here to look at the world before 1492 and see if there's a map of the Western world on it. Was he a difficult man? Maybe he was. Was he time? That was 1492. I repeat, 1492. Italians came here into 1900. We worked hard. They told us that the roads were paved with gold. They were not. We paved them. We built them. And we created incredible fortunes and wonderful monuments. Therefore, to those who want to take down Columbus, I say to you, we will come at you. We will defend our right to have our icon stand for what it means to us, which means Columbus was the admiral of the sea. Was he perfect? Nobody's perfect. Were things done? Maybe so, but it was 1492. That was then, and this is now. If you look at the Italian community in Westchester County, which is at 30% or plus, and our children growing every day and challenging the system, you will see that we have achieved many successes, but we can never forget how we got here. With that being said, I thank you, all of you. I thank all of you out there. Sempre avanti. Forza. Bravi. Grazie. Thank you very much. Thank you, Oh, may I say something? I apologize. I just want to share this with you, ladies and gentlemen. If any of you are available this Sunday morning at Tibbetts Park in the city of White Plains under the guidance of Mayor Roach. God bless him. He's always so helpful. We will be at the Columbus statue, which is an historical monument. It's absolutely a beautiful marble statue. We do the wreath ceremony. Wreath ceremonies has been done there for over 105 years, and it will continue to be done. So if any of you would like to be there, please join us for light refreshments and come and see our beautiful lodge at building at 279 Maple Avenue. It's a masterpiece created by the Capicoto family. Thank you one and all. We love you all. Sempre avanti. Grazie.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you. So let me introduce some of the people who are standing here with me. We're going to have some of them say a few words. I'm going to have to turn to see who they are to give them the proper introduction. But previously referenced by Mario, the mayor of the city of White Plains, the Honorable Tom Roach, my good friend. We have with us a councilman from the town of Harrison, Frank Gordon. We have, as far as I see, two members of the Westchester County Board of Legislators with us, Nancy Barr, who represents Portchester, Rybrook, a little bit of Harrison, and I'll zip over to Ruth Walter, who represents Bronxville and a section of Yonkers as well. We have with us leadership of the Department of Environmental Facilities. It sounds good. Without them, you can't recycle and you can't flush your toilet. The Commissioner, Vincent Kapicki, Deputy Commissioner Lou Vitrone. Somebody shaved off his COVID beard. Somebody's still working on it. We have with us the first Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Parks, Recreation and Conservation, Peter Tartaglia. I'm going to ask him to say a few words in a few minutes, but our great county clerk, the Honorable Tim Idoni. Also on the speaker's rostrum, a former colleague of mine, longtime member of the County Board of Legislators, a former vice chair of the Board of Legislators. Now he's our Director of Consumer Protection, James Mazzano. County Attorney for Westchester County, a former trustee and mayor of the village of Pleasantville, also a former county legislator, leader in that body, John Nona. And we have with us New York State Assemblyman Thomas Abenanti, who represents Greenburgh and Mount Pleasant and the villages within. Tom. I'd first like to ask our county clerk, Tim Idoni, to share a few words on this day.
Thank you, Mr. County Executive. Thank you all for being here on this very, very special occasion. I kind of tear up every time I come here because my grandfather, Vincenzo Idone at the time, was one of the stonemasons that built this beautiful, beautiful structure. We're from Reggio Calabria, the Canatella Villa San Giovanni. Yes, thank you. There you go. The finest stonemasons to ever walk the planet, and this is proof positive of it. I will give you a short little history lesson here for a second. I have a picture at home of a sign that was put up here to tell you how certain groups had to fight their way through, and many groups in the United States had to do it. There was a sign here during construction of this dam, and it said, this is the weekly wage. Whites, $2, blacks, $1, Italians, 50 cents. True story. And what did we do? We became the leaders of the county. George, thank you. And I was the 5th mayor of New Rochelle of Italian descent out of 6 mayors in a row starting from the mid-1950s until 2005. Not only am I proud of my heritage, but you think of all the Italians in New Rochelle and throughout this county that went on to be great doctors and lawyers and every kind of profession you could think of because of the work that was done by the folks that came over here, and my grandfather came in about 1898 to do work on this particular facility. We can never forget that, as my friend Mario Ciamelli said, we can never forget that heritage. We're all part of this together, but we continue to work with every group in Westchester County to make it even greater. Thank you so much for being here. Remember your Italian heritage always, but remember all of our heritage while we're here. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tim. And just for a history lesson, we've had 9 county executives in the history of Westchester County. I'm the 9th. The first Italian-American county executive was the 5th county executive elected almost 50 years ago, Alfred Benedict Del Bello, a blessed memory. After Al Del Bello came Andy O'Rourke, who was of Irish descent. And after Andy came Andy Spano, who was Italian-American, Rob Astorino, Italian-American, and then you get the amalgam, the Irish-Italian County Executive George Latimer. Which is the perfect segue for my Deputy County Executive and partner and friend, who's got a little bit of Irish and Italian in him, a couple of other ethnicities, Ken Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's so glad to see all of you here in person. Thank you so much for being out here this afternoon. And in front of the monument that is Kensico Dam, that shows the hard work and dedication and sacrifice, because everyone that worked on this tremendous dam did not make it through because they had to do certain things and diving in and all those other things that had to happen in order for us to be where we are today. My youngest son, was a recipient of Child's Award, Lucretia, and certainly because he took Italian in high school, Yonkers Middle School, Montessori School, to make sure that we continue that up. But most importantly, as I say to the county executive and to John Noda, my friend, all of the time, is that, you know, I am part Sicilian because Sicilians are just strong African swimmers. Thanks a lot. Glad to see everyone out here today.
I've introduced him in general. Now I'd like for him to say a few words. Our county attorney and outstanding individual, John Noda.
Auguri e saluti a tutti. So, some of you knew him. My father came here in the middle of World War II, and when the war was over, he stayed because he fell in love with my mother. He had no family here, but he stayed, and he lived the American dream. It was a wonderful life. Some of you knew him, as I said. My grandmother on the maternal side came from Campania, from the Provincia di Salerno. And she came over at the end of World War I. When her first husband was killed in the war, she came over on a boat to help her brother, who was here, whose wife had died with the Spanish flu, and she came to help him raise his children. She told me she cried the whole way over. But she met my grandfather, had a family, that's why I'm here, and lived the American dream. So let's not forget what this country has done for Italians, and let us keep in mind what it will do for others coming from other countries. We should welcome them and help them live the American dream, just like we came and had to fight for our place in society, and we gained it, and many of us have lived the American dream. Remember those words on the Statue of Liberty. Give me your poor, your wretched refuse, your multitudes. Let's always remember that. Grazie. If I had a glass of wine, I'd say cent'anni.
And now our Director of Consumer Protection, and again, notably, an elected official of great skill and ability from New Rochelle, Jim Maisano.
Thank you, Paisan Latimer. So I just want to be a cheerleader today for the Italian culture. I mean, isn't it a great day to be Italian? I wish I had one of those shirts. Kiss me, I'm Italian. Because I have enormous pride to be an Italian American. It's been so great to me in my life. My dad was Italian, my mother was Irish, although my dad used to tease her, what's it like to join the greatest ethnic group in the history of the planet? That's what he used to tell my mom. I'm not going to tell you what my mom said. It was also kind of funny, you know, my name was Maisano, so everybody in school thought I was Maisano. Some of the kids from the other ethnic groups used to tease me for being Italian every now and then. I'd remind them, hey, you ever hear of the Renaissance? No Renaissance without the Italians. But when they'd come to my house, they didn't understand why Erin Go Bra was on the wall. That was because of my mother. So I have both families. But my family is from Naples. My grandmother was from Naples, and my grandfather was, I only found out there in the pandemic, he only told us he was from Sicily, but he never told us where, but I did the research, and I found out he was from Messina, Sicily. So now I'm planning to go to Messina. I can't wait when this darn pandemic's over, and I can go over to Italy and retrace the steps of my grandparents. Anybody watch the show Stanley Tucci Searching for Italy? Isn't that great? If you haven't watched that, you should all watch that show. It's fabulous because he travels through Italy and he tells the story of the food and the culture and the geography and why this typical region is the way it is. It's like going to school to be an Italian. I learned more about being Italian from that show than anything else. Now I'm dying to go to Italy. But again, I want to be a cheerleader for the Italian culture because as everyone talked about today, it wasn't easy for the Italians to come here. It was a brave journey for our Italian ancestors to come to this great nation. And we weren't exactly welcomed when we got here. But what did we do? We relied on family, relied on hard work, we relied on our church and our religion, and we pulled together, and we fought hard every day, and we worked hard every day. And now at one point, we came here with the American dream. Now we can say, you know what, America? You're a better country because the Italians came here to the great nation of America. So let's enjoy our Sunday family dinners. We certainly still do that in our house. We still have the greatest food on the history of the planet, and we're never going to back down on that one. We all know that. Everyone goes to our restaurants. So have your family dinners. Enjoy your Italian culture. Keep going forward, Italians, because I'm proud to be an Italian, and America ought to be awfully thankful we're here. Have a great day, everyone.
Jim Maisano. Just remember on St. Patrick's Day, he'll be back at the same microphone telling you about how great the Irish are, which both Tim and I can make the same comment. They had fathers who were Italian-American. That's how they got the Italian last name. Next, we have a longtime friend of mine, State Assemblyman Tom Abbinanti. Tom?
Thank you. Ciao. I'll be very brief. Let's just say that what's great about America is it is the composition of so many different cultures. I share my colleagues' views. I think the Italians have added more than anyone else. But we benefit by what the others bring us, and they've benefited an awful lot from what we've brought them. Like my colleague, my father was from Sicily. I don't know if he was a good swimmer. And my mother was from Naples. So all of my grandparents came from Italy, were born in Italy, and then came over here. So I appreciate very much the Italian culture, and that's imbued in me that spirit of let's get it done. Not let's talk about it, let's get it done. And I know that's what the Italians are all about. They'll sit around, argue with each other, but when the family agrees to something, they go get it done. So thank you all for coming. Good health.
And I'd like to ask our two county legislators to come here. They can tell us exactly what connection they have from Italy as well. Nancy Barr and Ruth Walter.
Okay. Hi. Confession, I am not Italian. However, I am sort of an honorary Italian because I eat Italian food pretty much 3 times a day. And I always kind of wished that I was Italian. But I grew up on Long Island in Stony Brook, and my friends were all Italians and Irish and Jews. I'm a Jew. And, you know, we just all grew up together. We all, you know, did everything together. There really wasn't any thought about, well, you're this, I'm that. And I will tell you, you know, between the Italians and the Jews, there are a lot of connections. A lot. And so, you know, this whole idea of the center of our lives are our families, and the center of our houses are our kitchens. And, you know, the fact that we all, you know, everyone, you know, came here and all they wanted to do was make a better life for their kids. And that goes on today. And I'm just very happy to be here to honor all of the Italians here in our country, in our county, and in my life. And you've got a real cheerleader in me. Okay.
Thank you, Nancy. So I'm Ruth Walter. I'm 3 things you should know about me. I'm a Westchester County legislator. I represent North Yonkers, East Yonkers, and the village of Bronxville. The second thing is I married an immigrant. He's from Scotland and has a great deal of pride for that flag, but also new citizen, a great deal of pride for the American flag. And the third thing is that I own a cheese shop. And he and I have been doing this for 11 years, so I know Taleggio, I know Casio di Bosco, and I know Parmesan. And the Italian cheeses are amazing. And we love that connection back to the places that have been making these cheeses for hundreds of years. And, you know, I'll just say that cheese is often like a laugh line, right? But it is a multi-billion-dollar international industry, and I'm very proud to play that part of bringing cheeses from Italy, other countries around the world, to local customers. And it's something I'm very, very proud of. So thank you for the heritage that you bring to this country, the wonderful family values, and I'm so glad to be here to celebrate with you today. Thank you.
Thank you both. So we are now going to ask you to join, if you know the words, to the Italian national anthem, to be followed by the Star Spangled Banner. Mario, yes, you're going to do that, but you can speak again, by all means.
We're not shy. We're not shy.
No, not at all.
May I ask the brothers and sisters of the Antonio Ricci Lodge, please to come up here? Come on, Flavia. You know the songs. We do it all the time. Come on. We've been practicing for 10 years. we part of the ceremony at our lodge is that when we do our closing ceremony, we do sing the national anthem, and normally we ask Brother Tony, our past president, to lead us. Come on now, Brother Tony. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Thank you. You start, we follow. 1 second. If anybody else like to join us that knows the words, please come up. Anybody else? Please. You all get the same amount of money. Forza. Exactly, my whole point. Sister Nancy Moscolo, you know the words? Come up. We can hum together. L'inno dei Mameli, signori e signori. Allora, pronti? Brother Tony, lead the way. Oh. Like this? Sorry, guys. Brother Tony will start, we follow.
Fratelli d'Italia, Italia se desta dell'elmo di Scipio, se cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma e schiava di Roma, il Dio la creò.
Forza!
Fratelli d'Italia, l'Italia se desta, dell'elmo di Scipio se cinta la testa, dove la vittoria le porga la chioma, e schiava di Roma il Dio la creò. Sentiamoci a corte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò. Sentiamoci a corte, siamo pronti alla morte, siamo pronti alla morte, l'Italia chiamò.
Bravi, bravi! Grazie, grazie. We gotta help out. For the country that we now call home, let us sing the American national anthem.
Oh, of course.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. Viva Italia. Long live the United States of America.
Yeah, God bless.
Thank you, man.
Well done, my friend. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.